maybe I'm just not utilizing my chest. Is that showing up? Is that showing up? What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of AM Training. This time it's going to be the GZCL method. This new program is pretty much a power building program. So the whole thing here is based off of like a tier system. I don't think I have time to explain. Alright, so it looks like I don't have time to explain it because I gotta go to work. So I'll continue this later. Alright, sorry about the first intro. I didn't have time. I am a busy man, especially at this time of the year because I'm pretty close to graduating. So if you're watching this video, I probably graduated already, so yay me. But besides that, let's not talk about this. If you are new to my channel, I am pretty much really, all I do is talk about training. So I'll talk about training, I'll talk about inappropriate things that are happening during training, or things that sound like inappropriate things while I'm training. If you didn't guess, is AM training. So you probably clicked on this video because first of all, you are a MVP, most valuable pervert, so thank you. Or you're new to this channel, so you are interested in the GZCL method, which I call the Jizzle, giggity, for short. I don't know why he calls it the GZCL method. I think from what I've read up on, it's by a guy named Cody Lefevre. That's a French ass name. And his just username was GZCL, and he was, you know, pretty big in the Reddit community. He is a powerlifter that just kind of, you know, he wanted to get jacked and tan. I believe that's where it all came from. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm a powerlifter, and I've been powerlifting for like 11 years, basically from a lot of 531. I mean, I've been on 531 in the beginning of my lifting career, I guess you can say, for a good 6-7 years. I started 531 when it first came out. Kudos to you, Jim Wendler. I don't know where you are because you are just not very social media kind of guy. So let's talk about the training. It really reminds me of 531, since we're talking about 531, just the way that's set up, even 4 weeks at a time. That's usually what 531 is. Also, you have your kind of percentages building up into a linear mesocycle. Fancy French ass words for basically getting heavier throughout the whole month as you drop down in that volume. So his weeks pretty much go from week 1, 85%. You have roughly around, you know, a little bit higher volume. Week 2, you're gonna have 90%. Week 3, you're gonna have build up to pretty much 95%, because it's kind of almost like a 531 kind of thing going on with that, if you guys are familiar with Jim Wendler. And then you pretty much maxed out on week 4, which is pretty awesome because I've done Candido before and I've done TSA before, and I do pretty well when it comes to maxing out in the very beginning of the week. So I think that's a major factor with me with a lot of sleep. I'm not getting a lot of sleep and my recovery is shit, so I tend to do well with shorter weeks. So at least that's what I've noticed, because I do watch my own YouTube channels. Yeah, I'm kind of a douche and I watch my own YouTube channels because it just helps me track progress. This is pretty much my training log. So let's put an overview of all my training, because you guys pretty much saw all that throughout the week. Boom. Here's all my training throughout the week. The reason why I fell in love with this program is because I pretty much believed in it in the beginning, where I didn't know this is what I was really doing, because I'm a big fan of keeping a lot of the big compound movements and main lifts in the very beginning, and then you have your kind of compound work, compound accessory that helps out with those lifts, and then you pretty much do bodybuilding and go for the pump and trying to get bigger. And I pretty much been doing that, except I just don't have time. So I usually skip out on the accessories. I usually kind of just do the main lift, followed by maybe another tier 2. So the way Cody explains it, which I'll leave a link in below with a couple of things that I've read, either his website, his blog, or even his YouTube channel. So he pretty much explains it in a pyramid style, with the pyramid being kind of Illuminati. Where tier 1 is going to be your main lift, tier 2 is going to be your, like I said, your compound movement that's going to help kind of accessorize and really help support that lift, the main lift. And then tier 3, which is pretty much your volume-based bodybuilding, feel the burn kind of thing, 3 sets of 12, 3 sets of 8. So a great thing about this with my schedule now is that I'm so freaking busy with finals and all 7 projects. That's why I haven't been uploading lately, so hopefully I'll get this out. So the great thing is I can do my main lifts, and then throughout the whole day, since I'm interning at a gym, I'll be able to pretty much like do all my bodybuilding work in low pieces, like 10 minutes at a time, just because that's how it works out. And that's probably why you don't see all my accessory work. I've been doing a lot of bodybuilding work, and I feel like I am feeling a little bit more vascular, a little bit more tan, a little bit more jacked. So we'll go ahead and end the video off there, because I'm just going to explain pretty much throughout the whole weeks what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, and you just have to stay tuned. But you pretty much saw the week 1, and you're probably wondering, why am I having the bench press twice? Because I've done the TSA program, and I do well with a little bit more frequency, but it's going to be changed up a little bit with just getting used to heavier weights. And I think the military press, I've done that for 531, and it just doesn't transfer that well, in my opinion, to the bench press. At least for me. Maybe I'm just not utilizing my chest. Is that showing up? Is that showing up? I'm just not utilizing my chest more in the bench press. I don't know. All right, that's it. Train hard, train smart. Tech Pop out.